Hello everybody, this is Craig Peters here from Soundiron, and today I'm going to be walking you through our updated version of whale drum. The whale drum is a modern example of one of the world's oldest known instrument families, the tongue or slit drum. These progenitors of the idiophone family were originally developed in Africa thousands of years ago. They were originally carved from hollow logs or wooden blocks and struck to produce musical tones. It is one of the few instruments considered to possibly predate language itself. Modern slit drums have been substantially refined and typically feature 6 or more wooden tongues, offering a marimba-like warmth with a dreamy tone, gentle, softly rounded note attack, and subtly undulating ring. The lower notes have an especially deep richness to them. As always, we've packed our custom user interface with lots of great sound shaping controls that give you the flexibility to warp the sound in many ways. You have controls over swell, attack, release, offset, vibrato, filter, pitch, coarse and fine, articulation switching, crossfading, layering, and so much more. The main preset includes all of the library's instrument articulations, separated by sound category and recording environment. The singles preset breaks it down even further and allows you to play individual tongues spread out chromatically so you can isolate and explore the distinct tonal and textural differences between each one. You'll also find an adaptable LFO system. You can also apply your choice of 12 low pass, high pass, and effects filters, and a customizable arpeggiator, all packed with plenty of performance enhancing features. The user interface controls are rounded out by our modular effects rack window, with 18 different DSP effects modules that you can assign to any of the 10 available slots, in any order you wish. You'll find classic phase, flanger, delay, distortion, amp and cab simulators, compressors, EQ, rotator, and so much more. In the main NKI, you have the ability to enable and disable each of the 4 layers. Locking 2 or more layers will let you manipulate the settings for those at the same time. Diving deeper into the controls of this library, using the swell knob, you can set it to normal or invert. Let's try inverting one of the layers and we'll learn the MIDI CC to the swell knob and crossfade between them. The release knob has a drop-down window with normal and pad options. This is a great way to add more pad-like effects to more percussive sounds or shorten them to reinforce the sounds that are there. On the more longer ambiances and sub-synth layers, you can add simulated vibrato. Let's try that with some of the sub-synth sounds. Each layer also has its own filter knob. The drop-down window lets you choose between 12 different filter types. With the pitch knob, you can alter the coarse and fine pitch. Coarse will adjust it by semitones, and fine will adjust it by cents. And at the very top above all these controls is the Advanced tab. These are the master controls to the overall sound layers of the library. Here you have options for LFO, filter, and the built-in arpeggiator. The LFO section has 5 different waveforms to choose from, including sine, square, triangle, sawtooth, and random. Target lets you choose between different parameters that the LFO affects, as well as the beat, intensity, and fade knobs. Filter will give you the same 12 filter types as featured for each individual layer, but this will affect the overall sound. Except here you can change the source of the resonance and frequency for volume, mod wheel, expression, key position, and graph. Below that you have the step sequencer table. This works when the source is set to graph. Then you have the controls for resonance, frequency, and invert. Below this you have the scale lock. Click the lock icon next to the scale lock label to turn on the key scale locking system. This allows you to easily play within a desired key and scale. When active, the MIDI keys that are excluded from the current scale will trigger the same note as the key below them. So you can go ahead and play as sloppy as you want and still be in key. With the key menu, this lets you select the key that you wish to constrain all incoming MIDI notes to. The key menu lets you select from a variety of scales in the key that you have selected. The ARP section lets you create, save, and load your own arpeggios, rhythmic patterns, and step sequences. To turn it on, click the radio button next to the ARP label. There are 20 different arpeggiator presets to choose from. Let's go ahead and try a few of them out. From there you can modify the preset and save your own to use later on. In the modes menu, you have 3 different modes to choose from, including normal, hold, and hold plus minus. The table steps value adds the velocity steps that will be cycled through in the sequence. You can double click to change the value or simply drag up or down to add steps. Below that you have controls for swing, random, duration, direction, and beat. Also included in this library is the Whale Drum Singles NKI. Let's go ahead and check out some of the sounds of this patch. There will be a future video demonstrating more of the sounds of this library in further detail. For these examples, I will be using the arpeggiator. This library also comes with 20 custom effects presets, handcrafted and made to inspire your next musical track. Let's check out a few of the different presets. For these examples, I'm going to leave the advanced tab open so you can see under the hood and get a little more of an idea of what's going on with these presets. To learn more about whale drum, make sure to visit our website at soundiron.com for more info and demos, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more whale drum videos. Thanks again for watching, we'll see you soon.